I one time did not dry laundry, and Dave had a really early start, and I think it was winter, and he had no undies, and he only had wet undies, and he couldn't wear wet undies in winter. So anyway, I had this great idea that I would take his undies, because we didn't have a dryer, and I put them in the oven while he was getting ready, and half an hour later I opened up the oven and I picked up his undies and they crumbled into 100 pieces. Hey everyone, it's Joelle here from Strong Mind Soft Heart. How you going? So I want to talk with you today about a subject that is a little bit hard for me to talk about, and it's not going to paint me in a very good light, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because I need to do this for me, and also I'm hoping that maybe there's somebody else out there. Maybe you're not as bad as what I have been, but this could somehow help you in some way as well. Okay, I am a lazy person. I said it. It's true. I'm not putting myself down. I'm not trying to speak negatively. I'm not trying to get attention from you guys and for you to go, oh, what are you talking about? You're not lazy. No. I'm telling you the truth. This is a fight that I have. I fight with laziness. Now, I know for a fact that my laziness is a direct result from depression. I was not always a lazy person, and I never set out to be a lazy person, but this is what happened. So to paint you a bit of a background, as a kid, no, I wasn't like a clean freak, but I also wasn't lazy, you know what I mean? Like out of my brother and sister and me, I didn't have the messiest room. I was all right. I would just say I was mediocre. And then getting married, David and I, the house wasn't perfect, but again, it wasn't terrible. And if you know anything about my husband, he's the polar opposite to me. He's like a army general, diligent Dave. He is incredible, and by the grace of God he puts up with me and my ways, but yes, polar opposites, but that's okay. We encourage each other. Anyway, first and second babies, fine. Obviously a bit of a change, but I was okay. No, I didn't do everything perfectly, but again, not lazy. My mindset was not lazy. As some of you would know, because I've shared in some previous videos, during my third pregnancy, I started to struggle, and long story short, I became very sick, and I fought depression for the next 4 years. But somewhere between baby 3 and 4, I got so badly unwell and extremely fatigued that I was still trying to give it my all, like I was doing with babies 1 and 2, and I hit a wall, and my fatigue was so bad that it got to a point that my husband, my mother, people around me were telling me, and this is true and this is good advice, Jo, you need to don't give it your all right now. This is not the season for it. Just do enough. Just do the bare minimum every day to get through. So that's what I did for a long time, and that's what I needed to do, and that is the right thing to do. If you are in a season like that, if you have a newborn, if you are going through a really big life circumstance and it's draining you and you literally are just not in that same strong place that you usually are, then yes, it is okay for a season to do the bare minimum, to just get by, just to do the priorities. That is absolutely spot on and good advice. The thing is, that time of fatigue was so bad, and it scared me so badly that I would made a little pact with myself that I will never ever let myself experience that again. I think just through some self-preservation and whatever it was, my defenses and my walls just went right up, and I was like, never again. I'm never going to feel that bad ever again. Because of that, now that I am at a place in my life where, okay, no, I'm not 100% yet, but I am definitely in a better, stronger place than I was. I am now at a place where, okay, I need to step up my game. I need to be able to push a little bit more. The problem is this: I hold back because I'm scared. I'm scared to pour more of myself out because I never ever want to feel, I don't want to hit that wall again. It was such a bad experience for me. So I pull back in so many ways, like just in the most simplest things, like putting laundry away. If any of you saw the photo of my mountain of laundry, that it was the result of me just not being diligent and putting a load away as it came, because I would just get overwhelmed with it, and I'm like, no, I'm doing the bare minimum. Okay, we did homeschooling today. everyone's been fed, everyone's dressed. I'm not going to do the extra today. I'm not going to pull the weeds from the garden or put that load of washing away. I'm just going to take it off the line. You know, those little things and just those little choices and those decisions, they stack up and then they turn into mountains, and then everybody pays for it. It's harder for me, it's harder for the kids, it's harder for Dave, and it's really bad. And I just really need to change these habits. Now, this is really bad, but another way that I don't, how do I say it? I don't give my all. And I want to be careful when I say that, because as mums, we do need to be careful to not give our all. There is a part of us that has to have some sustenance and a place where we do have our me time and our recovery time and our time with God and our time with our husbands. And we need that. That is so important, because if mum is struggling, the whole family's going to struggle. So we do need that time. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that push, that emotional push where, you know, you need to give more of yourself to your kids, but you don't. Well, that's what I have honestly been struggling with. I have really been struggling with it. Even just this morning, you know, I had a perfect opportunity to just hang out with my kids. We didn't need to do any homeschooling. The house wasn't like terribly out of control. My husband was at work. It would have just been the best opportunity for me to just sit there and talk with them or play a game or go for a walk. But what did I do? And this is really bad, and I'm ashamed of this, but I sat on my phone for 2 hours and I scrolled through social media because I feel safe, cocooned in my own little world, and I feel safe keeping such a large reserve for myself, because I just want to always feel like there's enough there, you know, but it's not good. And it's turned into a place now that I am capable of giving more and I'm not. Now that's laziness. I was just having this conversation with a really good friend this morning, and we were talking about, just in the example of exercise, so not even emotionally speaking, but just in exercise, you know, we are afraid to give it our all because we're afraid of that feeling. What's that going to feel like? Are we going to lose control? Are we going to be sick? Are we, you know, all those things. And so we're afraid to push that little bit further. But see, I feel like that just in life in general. And I need to, with the help of God, come to a place where I take that step of faith and I go, you know what, I'm not going to live afraid anymore, because that's what it comes down to. It's being afraid. So honestly, thank you, Lord, that I am married to a really diligent, disciplined man. David and I are the polar opposites. Apparently opposites attract, so that's a good thing. He honestly could have been a general in the army. That is his personality. He loves diligence, he loves discipline, he loves order, and he honestly sometimes suffers through my patterns and things that I do. You know, we were talking about how our strengths can be our weaknesses. So he was saying even his diligence and discipline can often, sometimes it can, I shouldn't say often, but sometimes it can be a weakness too, because it's like, okay, no, I'm not going to do this fun, spontaneous thing because that wasn't in the plan. Whereas my strength is, yes, I'm creative and I'm spontaneous and I'm loving and I'm nurturing, but that can also be my weakness. Joe, put the flippin' laundry away. You know what I mean? Stop writing songs and, I don't know, coming up with different ideas in your head, and stop, you know what I mean? Now is not the time to do makeup and play whatever. You know, it's just not the time. I need to get better in that. So I'm really working on this, guys. And this channel is called Strong Mind, Soft Heart. Well, this is part of the strong mind part. Yes, it is a direct result of depression, 100%, because I didn't used to struggle like this. This has been something that I've really struggled with from about 4 years ago until now, but I am ready. I'm coming to a place where I don't want to live afraid anymore. I'm not going to be afraid of that feeling anymore. I will listen to the signals in my body. I do need to be careful. I did a video, just a vlog the other day on not listening to my triggers in my body, and yeah, I fell off the horse there for a couple of days and had a fog brain for the next few days because I didn't listen to my signals. Yes, we need to be careful. I'm not talking about giving your 100% of the time. That's not possible for anybody. I'm not talking about having a perfect house. I'm not talking about being the perfect mother, but I'm just talking about giving the best that I can. I want to give the best to my children. I want to give the best to my husband. I want to give the best to myself. I need to care for myself more than what I've been doing. There are so many areas that I need to improve on. And yeah, anyway, I'm just being incredibly brutally honest with you guys, and I hope that this is the start of a new thing. For me, honestly, this is as hard as, I mean, I don't smoke, but laziness it's a habit for me. It's a mindset for me. So this is as hard for me as what I would imagine quitting smoking would be, or any other kind of addiction, because it is a mindset. It's my fallback. As a Christian, I believe that we have a flesh part of us and a spirit part of us. That's what the Bible teaches us, and the flesh and the spirit, they warfare. And unfortunately, I have allowed my flesh, that laziness, to win over what I know I need to be doing or what I could be doing better. And so it's only going to happen through God's grace and His help, but also my decision and my determination to do the right thing. You know, everybody's got a fight. Everybody's got something that is a struggle for them in their life. For me, it's laziness. It truly is. And I am determined not to let this thing beat me. So I am really trying. I've just taken a load of washing off the line. I'm putting it away straight away, not going back to my old habits. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Hey, if you want to share any ideas you have for me, you know, I get a little bit intimidated by schedules and all of that, but I'm going to have to get over that. If you've got some ideas, please put it in the comment section below. And yeah, please make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'd love to hear from you. Please connect with me on Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you next time on Strong Mind, Soft Heart. Bye.